time for the PHL Saturday morning news on a Saturday morning, September 26, 2015. A glory to you all this lovely Saturday morning, September 26, 2015 here now your news and nines here. Top story here at 8:05 in this Saturday morning here is Washington, where U.S. House of Representatives Speaker John Boehner will leave Congress at the end of October after struggling with repeated rebellions by conservatives during a tumultuous 5-year reign as the chamber's top Republican. New York. Pope Francis, the day after addressing the United Nations in New York, travels on Saturday to Philadelphia, the birthplace of American independence, to promote those issues of religious freedom. The East and West Coast were heavily represented on the guest list for Friday's state dinner in honor of Chinese President Xi Jinping, with Facebook Incorporated Mark
Zuckerberg joining Darkstone Group LP Stephen Schwarzman and director Lee Daniels. A total lunar eclipse is a spectacular event, and one that happens infrequently enough that is well worth going out to gaze. Last day of Hajj shadowed by grief death investigations. American trained Syrian fighters gave at least a quarter of the U.S. provided equipment to Al Qaeda's affiliate in Syria earlier this week. Bangkok. Thai police said on Saturday that 2 men were arrested in connection with August's deadly Bangkok bombing were the ones who carried out the attack and that 40 days have gathered enough evidence to prosecute them. Dubai. A district commander and a sergeant in Saudi Arabia's border guard have been killed in an attack launched from across the frontier with Yemen, the Saudi Interior Ministry said on Saturday. The international body has outlined some ambitious progress measures that have a very positive spin. In Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso state prosecutors have said that the state will freeze the assets of the leaders and the presumed accomplices of the coup that was launched earlier this month. Seattle, the National Transportation Safety Board's investigation of the deadly crash of a tugboat and charter bus is the first time the agency has looked into the land crash and amphibious vehicles critical. The critics say it stood dangerous for city streets. Los Angeles, hundreds of immigrants with mental disabilities who are deported from the U.S. after representing themselves in court may be allowed to return to the country under a settlement and approved by Judge Friday. Louisville, Kentucky, defying Kentucky clerk Kim Davis stood on the stage in a Washington, D.C. hotel Friday night and spread her arms triumphantly. Fires landed scene of where the Delaware police officer fatally shot an armed man on Wednesday in a wheelchair after responding to a call that he had a self-inflicted gunshot wound in the scene through Thursday. Many Americans have received a new credit debit card in the mail with a computer chip on the front. If you're not sure what the chip is all about, you're not alone. One survey showed that 75% of the respondents didn't understand why they. European stocks jumped from an 8-month low after Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen said she's ready to raise their rates this year, according to recent market turmoil derailed the U.S. The world's largest economy expanded more than previously forecast in the second quarter, boosted by gains in consumer spending and construction demand of the U.S. Millennial parents went and landed into the students' loan debt burden and for their children. Young parents, many who are paying off their own student loan debt plan to cover, on average, 74% of the children's college costs, compared with a 64%. Millimeter bones and hominins lived 2 million years ago revealed that our human ancestors have arbitrary pattern favorable for living in an open habitat. NASA's Hubble Space Telescope revealed in a stunning detail that a small section of the veiled nebula expanded remains of the dust massive star that exploded about 8,000 years ago. Until now, we are only thought that the icy appearance of the dwarf planet put some similarity with Earth from Mars, as it has flowing ice which looks similar to glaciers and left it there. CRISPR systems help bacteria defend against viral attack, as these systems are adapted for use in genome editing tools in human cells. Camtric and Optivo could likely receive approval next year as a treatment for advanced kidney cancer after studies showed positive results. The world is a step closer to eliminating polio, with the World Health Organization's historic announcement Friday that the disease is no longer spreading in Nigeria. A teen girl ended up with acute hepatitis after drinking too much green tea, according to a medical case study, as doctors said that the teen's been to lose weight by drinking tea left her with serious health complications. The first electronic automatic injector tube delivered drug for the most common multiple sclerosis received approval from the U.S. Peter Channel News Time, 8-10, 10-5. Spots report here, the Boston Red Sox shut out the Baltimore Orioles 7-0 on a Rich Hill's two-hitter here. And the Not Lancers football team defeat the Ashland Caucus 42-27, while the boys soccer team shut out the Ashland Caucus 3-0. Today, the Sox and the Orioles go out again at 4-5 p.m. at Fenway Park here, while the New England Rovers should be at Gillette Stadium and take on Philadelphia Union here. Henrik Stenson holds a 3-shot advantage over Jonas Beef in the Tour Championship in Atlanta. Jim Morris spent the past 3 years wibbling UCLA's depth, bringing in one strong recruiting class of another. The ninth ranked Bruins have to rely on some depth Saturday against Arizona. On Thursday, Commissioner Rob Manfred met with Pete Rose and his representative Major League Baseball's New York office regarding Mr. Rose's application for a reinstatement. Peter Channel News Time, 8-11 here, time now for our travel report here on this Saturday morning here as you head up to the highways to do your weekend activities on this Saturday morning here, and yeah, good to go on highways, byways, New England, because it is smooth sailing highways, byways in New England this Saturday morning here. And looking at MBTA alerts here, subway system, it's looking good. Commuter rail, Framingham, Worcester line. Please be advised, due to necessary track work, all trains be operated 10 to 30 minutes late. Havel line, train 210 to 9:05 a.m. from Havel delayed weekdays 10 to 20 minutes and Andover, Belleville, Friday, October 23rd. And the ferries on all human and all ferry trips will be routed. Reduced schedule on bridge constructed out of 3 to 8 minutes of travel time. Pierre Channel News Time, 8-12, 10.5 weather report on this Saturday morning here. Sunny skies, high about 66 degrees on. Light northeast wind about 6-11 miles per hour in the morning today. Winds get gust ice 21 miles an hour here. Tonight, patch fog after 11 p.m. Mobile's most coast called about 41 degrees. East wind about 6 miles per hour coming in the evening here. Sunday, patch fog before 10 a.m. was south got about 70 degrees. Cloud wind became at south at 6 miles per hour today afternoon here. Saturday night, areas of fog after 3 a.m. Otherwise, podcast got about 53 degrees. South wind about 5 miles per hour coming in the evening here. Monday, slight chance of showers afternoon. Areas of fog for 10 a.m. Otherwise, most skies got about 75 degrees. Southeast about 3 to 7 miles an hour. Just patch 20%. Monday night, chance of showers better after midnight. Patch fog after 10 p.m. Otherwise, most skies got about 61 degrees. Just patch 30%. Tuesday, chance of showers. Areas of fog before 11 a.m. And before 1 a.m. was most skies got about 76 to about 58 degrees. Just patch 30%. Wednesday, parts of the most skies got about 68 to about 49 degrees. Tuesday, parts of the most skies got about 62 about 47 degrees. As for Friday, parts of the skies about 62 degrees. Not temperature at 8:13 a.m. 49 degrees with first skies humidity 93%. And that is going to be it for the Peter Channel Saturday morning news on this Saturday morning, September 26, 2015. Please have a good day with a good positive attitude here.